music. Shout out to Dom Kennedy for this grinding song.
Money, tell them don't leave, bro. The real niggas is coming. Selling like an onion. I fuck with Casey Veggies, nigga. That's my little nugget. Bumping on my way to function. Pull up in the front, damn, this shit look like it's jumping. It's my introduction. Mom calls me John, girl. I smash it like a pumpkin. Drunk it, girl, you really frontin'. If it's not with you, bad, I'll be leaving you with something. She tryna get promoted. Took me to the bathroom and you ain't even noticed. Yeah. I guess I call that baby love. I made it get in that jacuzzi. Grinding, nigga out here shining. Early in the morning, check the rollie with the diamonds. Grinding, 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 nigga in here shining. Early in the morning, check the rollie with the diamonds. Grinding, 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 grinding. You so far behind it. I be going shopping for that shit you don't be buying. Flying, everybody trying. Wanna be the king, but I'm a little lion. Eating, I ain't talking vegan. We have Benihana like twice on every weekend. Keep it, that's our little secret. If you don't tell him, he will never think you cheating. I'm ready, come give me my Eddie. You don't need school, girl, you know so much already. Billy, I'm like that nigga Freddy. One phone call, turn these niggas to confetti.
In the molded.
Yeah, how we came out, damn it, we ain't even noticed. We call that a plot, this. This that Gucci shirt and socks, shit. Grinding, nigga out here shining. Early in the morning, check the rollie with the diamonds. Grinding, 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 grinding. Nigga in here shining. Early in the morning, check the rollie with the diamonds. Grinding, 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 grinding.
They don't hold me on the beat. So, that's my intro for this episode. This is my first episode where I'm video recording, because all of my episodes are usually audio. Because for discrepancies, I don't want to show everybody what we out here doing. For the stories' sake, you know what I mean? Because like I said, my stories are my experiences, and they're my life. And guess what? It's October the 2nd, 2024. Yesterday, we lost John Amos, R.I.P. So John Amos. But also, we had the honoration of the first Mexican president, female president, in which I cannot probably say that I am from that country. We are in a progressive state of mind, you know, so respects to all the countries that are trying to be progressive in the world. I myself am trying to be progressive as much as I can be in this world, but guess what? We can only do so much. But like I said, I got music in the background. I don't know rights to it, but it's just for the flow of the podcast. You know, a little bit for me. You know, you can hear me and you can have that in the background, or you know, I could cut it off. But it's been a crazy couple months, y'all. Y'all should know that because of the fucking couple episodes that I've been dropping, explaining about a little bit of everything, a little bit where I come from, a little bit of my background, the type of circles that I hang around with. Who at one point we are being progressive in life. Shout out to my homies who've all been following me keeping up with the show, and actually want to lend me their ear for the second of their time to understand where I'm coming from or where anybody comes from. Because, like I said, this show isn't about what I can do, but what the world can do for us. Because the world is big as hell, y'all. And it is huge. Because I can tell you stories left and right of how I came across to meet people who I didn't at one point ever think that I'd be familiar with them in the sense of being family through the bloodlines, through the blood. And it's a crazy thing, you know. And but let me go back. Let me go back today, a little bit back into the history of me, you know. Because here's the thing: 17 years ago, around this time, I was back in Mexico. I was back in Mexico for the first time in my life after being brought here back in '93 because of the actions in the circles of friends who I call friends and brothers brought me to. But here's the thing though: I take responsibility for all my actions. I hold myself accountable for everything because if I didn't, I can't be here telling you honestly that I didn't learn anything. Because I've learned a lot throughout my 34 years of being on this fucking earth. Let me tell you. One, the streets ain't for everybody. The streets is not for everybody. Either you're for it or you're not, in the sense of being smart. Because here's the thing, we're people, we're either one or the other. We're either book smart or we're street smart. But if we benefit from both, we can go fucking places. Because this is only how you can communicate with your network and how you communicate with your neighborhood, how you communicate with your friends, your neighbors. Because anybody you come around and you meet in this fucking world or crazy ass world that we call home, it's crazy. But 17 years ago, I was put on a bus. But before being put on this bus, the words of my father was this: once you jump on this bus, there is no coming back. You're gonna go straight there and you're gonna learn what it is. I'm like, alright, I'm 16 years old, yo. I don't know what the fuck I'm getting myself into. I really don't. But guess what, yo? I'm a take it. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go learn. I'm gonna fucking find out. Oh, did I fucking find out? I found out a lot in the sense of why us Mexicans as a culture or as people want to live a fucking American dream. But realistically, what is the fucking American dream? What is the American fucking dream? Is it a white picket fucking fence with a white green, with a white house, with a red big ass door, with the fucking greenest of the fucking green grass with no fucking weeds in it, with a beautiful garden? That's the ideology of a fucking American dream, one and a half. But it's more to that though, yo. There's more to it. It shows you the values of shit. And it helps you build character. So I'm gonna tell you this. I built my character from ways to what it is today. And it's because I chose and I'm choosing to be this person. And that's because I'm taking the opportunities that are given to me in that moment to say, hey, I could do it. I could do it. And I'm not afraid to do it. Like I said, I'm a chance, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna go get it, I'm gonna go do it. So, as I'm making my way downtown to what I say, let me rephrase that. As I'm making my way to a whole different fucking country that I have no knowledge of, no lifestyle, no priors. I'm meeting interesting people on the way there. I met a man there that said he was going on there to be going back home because his mother gotten sick. And mind you, this man is 30-something years old, but he traveled all the way from Mexico to up here to go back to bury his mother. If that was the case, because I never made contact with the man ever again. But guess what? He was my companion from Chicago all the way down to San Luis Potosi. From Chicago to San Luis Potosi, this man rode with me and he accompanied me, even though I was just a kid. I was 16. And I said, this is the fucking longest ride that I've ever fucking took it. But I take it back, I've taken longer because I've always been to California and shit as a kid growing up. I've driven on it, my folks have driven on it. We had all these fucking road trips that now I kind of don't, I'm grateful to have ever had because other people don't have that or never experienced that, if that makes sense. But as I'm making my way down here, you know, I get a phone call from the department or whatever the communications for this fucking bus system that says, hey, you got a call. Mind you, I'm fucking 16. Who the fuck's calling me? Who the fuck's calling me? You know what I'm saying? I'm the one making phone calls, letting left and right, saying, hey, whoop de whoop. Guess what happened? I'm getting shipped off again. So I'll see you guys when I get back, whenever the fuck that is. But I'm gonna hold it down wherever the fuck I'm at because that's where I was standing on. Whatever the fuck mentality that I had back then, that's what I was standing on, and it was bullshit and fucking mentality. And I say that because we call these shit send-offs. We have fucking people go do stupid shit so they don't get themselves held accountable. And guess what? You learn from that. You learn from all of that. Because that shows you who the fuck is for you and who the fuck really isn't. And guess what, man? At the end of the day, it's just only your fucking family that is holding it down for you. That's gonna hold it down for you no matter what. But at the same time, we're not seeing that all this shit that's happening in the moment is traumas that later on we're gonna fucking look back at and say like, damn, man, remember, I remember fucking going through this. Shit, I remember going through that. But at the end of the day, that it helped me grow. It helped me fucking grow. As a fucking human being, as a man. And especially being the oldest of my family, you know, not a lot of people, or maybe people do can compare, can say, hey, I know what it is to have that responsibility shit on top of your shoulders, because you have to give that fucking bright example to all these fucking people that, you know, you love, which is your fucking siblings. Obviously, you want to be a good fucking leader. Music like this that throws me back to that shit reminds me of where I came from, and I'm not going back to where the fuck I came from, because I'm a bigger person than that. So going back to that, it's my dad. He's like, hey, I need you to get off at Waco. I need you to get off in Waco, Texas, and stay with your cousin. And I'm like, well, what you mean? And he's blatantly telling me, yeah, well, your mom got really sick last night after we shipped you off. She was admitted to the hospital. And I fucking respond with, I ain't getting off fucking nowhere. You told me what it was and what it is, and what you expect of me and what I'm gonna do. I'm going home. What I thought was fucking home. But maybe it is home, because at the end of the day, it's mi tierra. That's my land. Because that's where I was born. I wasn't born here. And a lot of you know that, and a lot of you don't, but that's the truth of what my situation is. I'm not American. I'm Mexican. A lot of people around here are Mexican American. Let that sit for a little bit. You're Mexican American. Yes, you're Mexican, but at the end of the day, you're American. You're now Mexican. I'm fully Mexican. I'm full blood. My bloodline is the fucking purest of the purest of bloodline when it comes to Mexican. I'm not crossbred in different bloodlines because I'm Mexican. But here's the thing though, I do come from a background of indigenous language, but I'll get more into that. So so I told him like yeah, like what it was. Like yo, I'm not getting off. You exactly told me what I'm doing exactly what you want out of me, and I'm doing it, and I'm doing it solid. I'm doing you a favor, or he was doing me a favor. Whatever the situation was, right? I'm still 16. I still don't. The only thing that I had out here was just my parents and my brothers and sisters. Brother and sister. This time, I didn't have a younger brother. Two younger brothers. I had one. So he's disappointed. He's trying to argue with me that woo woo woo. I'm not trying to listen to it. And I told him, nah, pops, I'm going. I'm gone. I'll come across the city of Waco. The bus driver was told, hey, let him off on Waco, Texas, if he wants to get off. If not, his ticket's still valid to San Luis Potosí. I remember the driver's like, yo, me dice, ¿te vas a querer bajar o te seguimos dando? And this is before we even coming up to the fucking stop. And I just respond, ¿a qué seguir dando? And he just looked at me, he's like, arre, and go. I didn't stop. So for the next day, I'm on the bus still. It's a 3-day trip. It's a 3-day trip, yo, on a bus, you know. Just like it would be any other way. However you drive, you get there. But mind you, you got someone driving for you. You sleep. You fucking read your book. Back then, it was all about fucking reading books, magazines, and if you had a CD player, cool, you was dope. You know, you can listen to your fucking CD player. But also, CD player only had a certain amount of time before the fucking batteries died. We had phones, but phones weren't really what they are today. Cause look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. I'm having a conversation with you guys worldwide or internationally, and I'm trying to share my story. I know why I'm trying to do this podcast. I just wanted to be a beautiful thing. Like I'm not. This is the second take on me doing this. The first one didn't work for me, but guess what? I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give it 100%. I'm gonna go hard on this one. You know. So the day goes by. I wake up. I wake up at the border. You know, the guards, whatever, the fucking people are there, and hey, I need some ID, woo, woo, show them my ID, mi consulado, matrícula consulada, whatever. Tip them $5, not knowing $5 is fucking bad. Like, hey, this dude's giving out good money. But mind you, this is fucking 17 years ago. This was when times were different. When times were really different. So, so, so I get down there. I fucking cross Monterrey, Nuevo León, where I was born at, through the night to get through San Luis. And all I remember is waking up after my luggage was checked in, make sure that I had no fucking illegal shit. I mean, but mind you, I'm going home. I'm not going north al norte. You know, I'm going home. You know, I try to make a phone call just to let know people that I'm out there. But yo, I don't know how to fucking work shit out there. I really don't. And then at that, my Spanish, mi español, it was up the shit. Like it was straight. It was straight garbage. I could tell you this, that I was in a whole fucking completely fucking world by myself at 16, and I didn't know how to feel at that moment. I'm looking at reality like, damn, I'm actually here. Cause I also remember fucking making like this trip through the night, stopping at a stop and um just jumping out and grabbing some snacks. You know what I mean? Some snacks, something to drink, whatever. And everything just so different. Everything's labeled different. I mean, I could read it, I can understand it, but I'm just still blown out of my mind because I'm so used to American shit. In the sense of like I'm reading on but English things, you know. I'm looking at a water bottle, I can look at it and say, hey, oh, that's an ice mountain. Out there, no, it's a whole different label. It's a whole different company. Everything is different. So so I jumped back on the bus. I chit chatted up again with homie for a little bit more about what, you know, my story or what the fuck I'm doing, what I was doing, and and uh and I just go back to sleep. Next time when I wake up now when I wake up now is I'm at the station. Um, I'm at the station where obviously I'm supposed to get off at. I'm in San Luis, you know, in the Centro or wherever the fuck I'm at. By this time it's about 3, 4, 5 in the morning. About maybe 4. And I'm just like a lost kid. I'm like a lost fucking kid, yo. Like I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I don't know. I'm just like, yo, what, I'm lost. But I know where I'm at. I know what I'm doing, obviously. And obviously I look for my grandmother, you know, who would visit up here because she had her visas, you know, her Mexican visa to come visit because she had family up here. Obviously my mom and them. Obviously my mom is the only one that's been up here for all majority of her life. So so I'm looking for her and I'm looking for my uncle, who was actually up here with us growing up, and who seen me grow up as a kid too. But to hear my story of why I was down there, because I was on some bullshit, kind of like, man, you better than that, you fucking dumbass. And I laughed because it's like, hey, he's right. I was better than the shit that I was doing. I just didn't have any guidance. I didn't have any correct guidance, but I did learn a lot of shit throughout the fucking bullshit. I knew a lot, and I continued to grow within that mindset for some fucking stupid reason, thinking that I was gonna take over the world. But look what I'm trying to take over the world put me at. Back to the fucking basics. Back to the real basics. So I sleep it off, you know, whatever. It's early in the morning, sleep off, and wake up, and then my grandma's like, all right, well, let me go show you what this is or whatever. Let me show you the colonias, you know. And she showed me the house of the pictures that I have of me when I was a kid. Then that was owned by, you know, her husband at the time. Because, mind you, all my grandparents are gone. Biologically, you know, step grandparents, all of them, they're all gone. And it's like, yo, well, this is the property that they own. This is their shit. But then I'm also seeing the house that my dad built for us. What I mean by built for us is it meant that it's like, yo, one day we'll all come back home to this. But in that time, my uncle was using up the space, whom I at that time adored and I really appreciated like a man, because he was, like I said, all these people who came up here to El Norte, to Rockford, were actually back home because they only came up here temporary, because they have their families back there, or back, they have all their family back at home. So I'm seeing all the shit, that all the hard work that my dad put into, or he was putting into, or I don't know the situation what it is now, but it was there. I got to see it with my own eyes. I got to experience, like, yo, this is dope. I'm not seeing it through pictures anymore. Like, I'm actually here. Like, I'm experiencing it. I'm experiencing, like, yo, this is where I come from. Like, is this how my parents met? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing, like, all the stories of how my parents met. How my mom used to say that my dad was a neighbor. My dad would say my mom was a neighbor, just literally across the street from each other. And going back and looking at tapes of what it was back then, like, I have an aunt of mine who has a quinceañera when she was 15 at the time, and I was 3. I believe I was 3, 2 going on 3, and I'm in that tape, but I'm not I'm not thinking about that. I thought it was pretty cool though, growing up as a kid, to see yourself in the tape. Like, oh look, I'm right there. Like, you're about to see a scene of myself right here, like in this little corner right here on the left, right, left, on the left corner right there. But to be in the scenery, be in the scenarios of where the tape was originally taken at, it it sunk in, like, or it hit. How do I explain it? It hit in ways that you couldn't fucking imagine. But like I said though, all the shit that I had done to get to where that got me to, I'm holding it down. Like, I'm alright, cool. Right. So as soon as I get there, I'm shooting the shit. I'm saying hi to everybody, to all my uncles and aunts that live nearby. They're showing me their homes, and I'm getting to meet my younger cousins who are way younger than I am by a couple of years, probably about maybe 5-6 years. And I don't have any cousins my age, and I'm only 16 though, right? But my younger cousins are only 5-6 years older than me. And the other ones that I do have are much way older. They have families and they don't have time to hang out with a fucking kid. Which is, you have to understand, like, yo, who has time to hang out with a fucking teenager? Who don't know what the fuck he's going through. He don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. That he doesn't know what he's gonna bring to the table. At only 16 though, to going through those experiences, he's like, alright. He's like, alright. It was like, alright. I'm gonna learn some shit. I'm gonna learn some fucking shit. Right? Oh, I'm gonna learn some shit, yo. Like, I learned some shit the fucking way that, like, damn, you really reflect on it. Like, this is where my father and my mother came from. And like I said though, my mom and dad are 2 different fucking families. My dad's a ranchero. They had a ranch, and my mom is indigenous on her side. She's from El Huasteca de San Luis. So, but they're 2 different 2 type of Mexicans, but in the same country, same state, same city, whatever you want to call it, same neighborhood. You try to understand, or trying to hear the love life, the love story. It's like, it's interesting, but you come to realize that my parents were just kids raising kids, or children raising children, and if you don't know how to honestly let that process or how that register for yourself, things aren't gonna make sense at that moment, or in that moment when things are happening. Till later on in life, and you reflect on, oh, that was childhood trauma, that, whatever. It was trauma, it was trauma, it was trauma. But is that how nobody really knows how to be a parent at 16, 14? It's like I've mentioned before, like I have someone whom I love very dearly, and I have lost contact with, but I knew the situation, I knew what it was, and I was just fully supportive no matter what came to of what it was. You gotta go out and get your money, just go out and get that money. I don't give a fuck what we're doing. You know? Just know that I have your full support through no matter what. Through no matter what fucking life has to offer. You have my full fucking support and all this shit that the world has to fucking bring to you. But I can also get into that story later. So mind you, this is my first day back in this beautiful fucking city. I'm looking down. I'm looking down the fucking way, and all I see is the fucking cerros, all these fucking mountains, and I just see, like, I can see as fucking far as I can see, or how long this landscape is, and it's like, yo, where the fuck, like, yo, this is different. But I'm here. This is what it is. This is Mexico. You know, like, is this really Mexico? So now, I link up with my uncle. He's telling me, hey, I'm going back to the rancho. After I meet my cousins, my younger cousin, her name, one of her name is Chuya. I mean, yeah, Chuya, because her name is Jesus Elizabeth. That was her name. That is her name. And she went by Chuya, and her birthday was coming up that December. So he's like, yo, I gotta go get a marrano. I gotta go, take a look at it. Woo, woo. And, like, you wanna come hang out with us for the weekend, or wanna come hang out or whatever. It's a lifestyle. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, fuck it. Mind you, I got nothing but time. I got no responsibilities. I got absolutely nothing going for me at this moment in my life, other than the fucking fact that I have to get it together. I have to figure it out, cause I just have to. For some fucking way or shape or form, like, all these problems and shit were always just pushed on me, like, boom, figure it the fuck out. However, what shape or form, figure it the fuck out, and you can figure it out. And I guess what I always do, for the most part, it ain't easy. It ain't easy, yo. This shit ain't easy as a man, because we're not allowed to express our feelings, or we're not to fucking express any type of fucking sensitivity, or any kind of fucking gentleness, or any vulnerability, because the moment that we do, that shit just gets thrown back on our face, and we be taken advantage of. So mind you, I'm growing my character, I'm growing all my shit. But guess what? I'm rocking this shit with a fucking what we call back in the day as a shag, and I'm rocking it. I'm an outsider in a whole different world, ball faded with a shag. Why? Because that's how I was living my life. I just would have, that's the life, that's the hairstyle that I wanted. That's the hairstyle that I had. So as we're driving down the roads and all this shit, I'm looking at all the scenery and shit, listening to conversation, how everybody's excited to have me around. That, it's great to meet my El Tío Manuel. That's my dad's name. That's his nickname, because his name is complicated, right? Everybody calls him Tío Manuel, like, oh, eres el hijo del Tío Manuel, and woo, and you're the oldest, and I'm like, we never thought we'd ever get to meet you, and these conversations were being brought up, and you're taking them in. You don't know how to register. Like I said, you don't know how to register shit, because you really don't know these fucking people. Other than the fact that these are the people that are married to my uncle, who's married to my uncle, but also I'm meeting my aunts from my mother's side of the family, who has majority of my mom's side of the family are women, but I'm also meeting her brothers, who are my uncles, who who's shown me, who've taught me a lot. The time that I was there, and then the times that I do get to talk to them for a little bit, they're actually surprised to see that I'm doing well for myself. That I'm doing well, and I'm progressing how I can progress, or how I'm gonna do it right. So mind you, this is around this time is October. It's September 26, 2006. Around this time, like I said, this is September 23rd, 20 through the 26th, 2006. So as we pull up to one of the entrances, to where we're supposed to be at, we pull over to the side, and my uncle says, we're pulling up to your Tio Tomas's house. I'm like, what do you mean? Just right off the jump, right here on the side of this fucking road? Like, yes, he lives right here. To see that I have an uncle who at that time was probably in his 50s. He's probably in his late 50s, living on the side of the road like he never did anything with his life. Made me fucking hurt. Because it's like, yo, we really do come from this. We were born this way. We were born into this shit this way. We're born into this shit, rich or poor. We're born into it however we're born into it. And maybe this uncle of mine just couldn't really figure it out. But I'm gonna say something though. He has offsprings up the fucking ass, from what I understand. He has about 10 of them, maybe 12, by various fucking women. And I'm not saying just one or two. I'm talking about various, like 5 nigga motherfuckers. And to see that he was never really in their life, how my parents aren't mine or were in mine, or how my uncles had his kids in theirs, like it didn't make sense. Like, how can you have not figured it out? Or are you just a person of all trades? I consider myself a person of all trades, and I'm just good at everything. I didn't have, at that point in my life, I didn't have a trade. I didn't have anything. I had no experience in shit other than the fucking streets and cooking. Well, serving as a fucking server at Applebee's. But that's a whole fucking different story, because that was a fun experience too. That was a fun experience. But as I'm saying though, it's like I'm looking at this shit. I'm looking at my uncle, how he living, and it's like, nah, man, we can't. I'm not from this shit. There's no fucking way he's from this. I'm like, oh shit. But guess what? He's the one that's gonna be helping my other uncle, with this pig shit and butchering it when it comes time to uh to you know to make the meat for the fucking ceremony, for the whole celebration of my cousin's quinceañera. So he jumps in the truck, we go down the way, and we just come upon this little pen. Yeah, when I say that I seen this is one of the biggest fucking pigs I've ever saw in my life in person, other than fucking videos and shit like on Animal Planet. I was like, holy shit. But here's the thing though, he was my uncle. He's like, here, but here's the problem with this pig though. I can't kill it on that day or the day of the party. From here on in, he's like, because he how do you say it, or how do you try to do it? Because I'm chopping it the fuck up, man. Right now, I'm chopping it, I'm murdering it, I'm bombing it. They're basically saying I had to cut this. I gotta fucking decapitate this motherfucking pig. No, not decapitate. Shit. Fuck. Ah, man, I can't think of the fucking word. But anyway, all he has to do is sodomize. Nice sodomize. Fuck. Anyway, what he needs to do is he got to chop off the fucking testicles off this fucking animal. Mind you, these motherfuckers, you talk about some stupid balls bullshit. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy shit, especially with all the bullshit that's going around. Let me tell you something. That shit was wild. I'm like, what? You're like, hold on, and how are we gonna do this though? I'm looking at him like, how the fuck hold on to that animal and just go up to the fucking back of his fucking ass and just chop off some fucking balls? Like, how you gonna do that? Oh, and he's like, oh man, that's that ain't a one man job. That's about a 4 or 5 man job. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, and you're gonna help. And I'm like, I'm gonna help. What the fuck am I gonna do, or how the hell am I gonna take on a fucking pig? And that's like I said, I'm coming into the whole new world, the whole new lifestyle that I don't never been really introduced to, because the shit that I grew up with was never really that. I guess you could say that I was very Americanized. Everything so McDonald's, everything was Domino's, everything was, you know what I mean? Back then, we'd always go to shop to Localies and shit. Back then, we'd always go shopping to for Eagles. We'd go fucking Taco Bell when it was a shit. At one point, Pizza Hut, Subway. Like, you had all these fucking locations where, like, just franchise shit. There was no motherfucking people out here fucking selling tacos and shit in the fucking stands. I mean, yeah, you see it in Chicago where people have to make a living on the weekends or whatever the fuck they do it for, just because it's a fucking income, because they know the traffic, because of the fucking, they have a mall down woo, or they have a center out here down this way, or and down this street is very fucking popular. And mind you, there's fucking concession stands, there's stands and shit like in Chicago, but in Mexico, that's all throughout the fucking city. There's not one fucking corner store, one stop that doesn't say, hey, we serve food. There's no one stop in the corner that say, hey, we know how to fix tires. We know how to fix cars. Hey, we got fucking tools. You're looking for tools, we got it. But also everything was split, segregated, congregated, because you knew what it was. Like, just like it was up here, they had it down there. But down there was just everyday type shit. Either you're born in it or you're not. And that's the shit that tripped me the fuck out. Tripped me the fuck out. You know what I mean? It really tripped me out, yo, because it's like, yo, like, all right, what am I supposed to do coming into this fucking world about holy shit? And mind you, I can tell you stories in detail and very depth and have you really interested. Like, damn, man, this motherfucker can talk. You gotta live. You could say that, But that's just me. This is just me going back and, just experiencing the shit that I'm experiencing because of my action. But mind you, this is the way of fucking life. This is what motherfuckers do on a regular basis. This is what motherfuckers do on a regular fucking basis. But here's what's crazy about all this shit, right? At this time, I met a cousin of mine out there. And when I met him, right, he was just talking out whoop-de-woo out the bullshit, right out the jump. Hey, man, you gonna get down or what? And I'm like, what you mean? And that's what I mean. I'm like, yeah, for sure. Like, what's up? What exactly do you mean, though? Like, I still want to understand what you're trying to say, what you're trying to tell me. He's like, you know, if I'm gotten into a situation and people trying to fight, you gonna have my back? I'm like, oh man, for sure, bro. Like, fuck, you're my cousin. Like, what makes you think I'm not gonna get your back? Like, you know? And he's like, all right, cool, bet. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm just saying, all right, bet. This is how we riding. Like, this is how you gonna ride. Like, all right, bet. But also, mind you, I'm coming from a mentality from over here, which is way different than the fact that what you asking me is you're asking me to know if I'm gonna ride with you, right? And I'm gonna ride with you, no matter what it is. I'm gonna ride with you. 4 against 2, fuck it. I'm gonna ride with you. You know? Shit, I don't give a fuck if it was by myself and 3 motherfuckers. I'm gonna still ride by myself. That's just what I did. That's what I was fucking trained to do. Let me say that again. I was trained, quote unquote, to do. So mind you, this is a whole different experience. This cousin of mine, he showed me, as soon as we get, all right, after the whole, knowing that this is the animal that we're fucking gonna load up into the truck, we loaded the fucking animal onto the fucking truck, took it into this home fucking made this corral and shit, but it was supposedly to be a fucking, a parking spot for a fucking semi that never got put in there. Because at that moment and that time, they just used it for the fucking pig. You know, so he can just hang out in there. Because we were going to do this shit the next day. Or later on that afternoon. I don't fucking remember. I think it was that after fucking noon. I remember fucking quite frankly. So we put the animal in there. We're just shooting the shit. So it's me, my cousin, this neighborhood dude that was from right around the way, that was familiar with the family. I can't remember his name. But I wish him well. I hope he's well in his life and shit. Because he was a good dude. And my uncle, both my uncles. So obviously, we have them in this pen, like I said, and we rile him up to a fucking corner, put a bag over his head, and I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is a bag gonna do over his fucking head? Knowing that we're about to motherfucking drop this motherfucking beast animal to the floor, stand pressure, fucking weight on top of him, and perform a motherfucking a procedure to fucking cut your nuts out, right? I'm still not understanding what the fuck that's gonna do, but we do it anyway. We drop the fucking animal down. I'm at the back. I'm at the back. I got the fucking back of the legs, the top of the back of the legs. My uncle's like, hold him down, put your weight on him. I'm nervous. Mind you, man, this fucking animal is fucking roaring. There's a fucking pillar right there. This fucking animal is just banging his head on that fucking pillar. Just boom, 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 boom. And we're just like, oh shit, like, what the fuck is going to happen? Mind you, it's a fucking pig, though. It's a fucking 200, 300 pound fucking pig. It's a fucking animal. It's an enormous fucking animal. And fucking, all I see is my uncle just go to work. Obviously, prior to that, he had sharpened up the fucking knife. You know what I'm saying? He just do what motherfuckers what they do with the knife and shit. You know what I'm saying? To sharpen it up. He does his shit. And he just goes to work. And the roar and the fucking sound of this animal was, let me tell you, it was something else. And it was something else because, mind you, I also, as a younger age, like, I came across, like, the Nick Berg videos. You know, back when Ron.com was around, Best Score was still, that still was around, too. I got, for some reason, hooked into that grungy shit. That crude, dark ass shit. Seen accidental shit, the torture. It interests me it interests my mind in the sense, the fact that, yo, we as human beings are the most savage fucking human beings, animals in the world, because we're capable of doing so much fucking crazy shit that we don't even think of in that moment. Like, think about that. Let that sink in a little bit, yo. Let that fucking sink in a little bit, yo. Like, yo, we're fucking animals. Just to get a fucking message across. And what message is that? That we weren't loved enough? Like, it's our job or it's other people's. I don't know how it stands. It's for us to change that fucking cycle. Whatever we didn't get, we fucking give it back. And that's what I do as a person to this day now. What I didn't get as a kid, I give it to my son 100%. There's nothing that he could ask me and tell me, hey, Dad, I need this. And I'm like, no, you can't get it. All right, I got you. I don't tell him no. I just tell him, it's going to be a while. But I got you. You know what I'm saying? I could be sitting back and just listen to all the music in the world and just fucking reminisce on a lot of shit. And that's why I'm going and telling you guys these stories. Or however you want to consider it, because it's a fucking never-ending thing for me. I can tell you things that I can remember from back in the day that you'd be like, damn, how do you remember it? It has been that fucking long. I'm just programmed that way. As an individual, as a person, as a human being, for some reason, I'm programmed that way. I'm a hands-on learner. I'm a visual learner. I'm a listening learner. But I learn a lot about a lot. I know a lot about a lot. Not once did I ever say or have ever said that I know it all, because I don't know half of the shit that any of us do. So going back, right? My uncle's going to work. He's chopping this shit up. The fucking animal's screaming. I'm freaking the fuck out a little bit. I'm getting nervous. I don't know why, even though it's not happening to fucking me. He fucking I had, like I said, my hands are on the top of the fucking legs, the thighs of the fucking animal. He just drops them. Boom. Right on top of my arm, my hands. I'm like, oh shit. One that's whiter than white. Like, oh shit, it's whiter than white. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, alright. This shit's warm as shit. This is fucking uncomfortable than a motherfucker. I can't believe what the fuck is going on, right? But it's an experience that I can't say that no one's ever had it. Because we all have had different kinds of experiences. You know what I'm fucking saying? We all have different kind of fucking experience in this motherfucking life or world, whatever the fuck we call it. So that being said, get both of them out, boom, move the woo. The animal's just in fucking pain. I feel bad for them. We're like, alright, everybody lifts off of it. And then all of a sudden he just grabs some fucking diesel and just throws it on his open wound of a sack. I'm like, that's it? He's like, yeah, that's it. And I'm like, y'all ain't gonna sew it up? Like, y'all ain't gonna fucking, like what? And he was like, no, but mind you, he said, we have to do this prior to cutting him or killing him. Because if we don't, his skin or his meat will have the aroma of piss. Like, when you hear that shit, you're like, wait, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand what the fuck I'm talking. What? But this is how you grew up, and this is the rancho, the lifestyle of a poor person, and this is of whatever fucking generation. Because mind you, there's people that live in these hills, and they have a lifestyle, but their lifestyle and their homes are made out of adobe, which is just brick, mud, brick mud, whatever the fuck. I don't know how to. Not adobe. I don't even know what the fuck the word is anymore. But yeah, they're just. That's how you live in. But the only reason my uncle had the nicest in the neighbor fucking hood at that time was because, mind you, he made his money when he was out here growing up, sent it back, saved up, whatever it was, multiplied it, and he was able to have all the fucking the the supplies and shit and the labor within reach because he knew how to do all that shit. So he built his own fucking house. Simple shit, small shit. I feel like I remember it was a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom shit, whatever fucking little you dig, but it was right there. You know, it was there. You know, for his family, he was big enough for his family at that time. Whoever with the uncle that I stayed with. You know, so it was like, all right, dope. Like this is some dope ass shit. Like, all right, cool. You know, I mean, people can do shit with their lives. So as all this shit's going on, I'm kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Like my my cousin who I said, you know what I'm saying, he was talking about earlier, talking about, yeah, but you get down, woo, woo. We could go across the creek, right? We go across the creek, El Arroyo, and they tell us, you know, on one side is son los Silva, other side is Zabalas, other side over here son Rodriguez's, and over here son Hernandez's. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there, mind you, there's 4 families in this fucking rancho, and this rancho not any fucking big, man. Maybe 3 blocks. I don't even know how to explain the fucking the the range of houses within the fucking little whatever this rancho San Carlos could name. You know, that was the name San Carlos. You know, el rancho de San Carlos, el municipio de Pino, Zacatecas. You know, like what? None of people fucking understand what the fuck that is. I didn't even understand what the fuck that was. You know, but obviously that's how shit is written down out there. You know what I'm saying? So we go across the creek. We were, you know, these are the stories. These are the fucking, we're rival fucking families. What fucking rivalry is there to fucking have out here? Like, it really ain't shit. Be honest, but mind you, it is what it is. So we go up to this little dig. We call it La Barrote. And, and, you know, my cousin just started buying beer and shit. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, they don't ID you and shit out here? You know what you mean? I mean, that's what I'm asking you. Like, they don't ID out there, cause out here, obviously, you gotta be 21 to drink and shit. He's like, nah. You know, like, yo, that's dope. So I'm gonna get away. I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna get away with a lot of bullshit if I'm out here with that mentality that I'm at. Just run around, just do stupid shit. But obviously, that's not what the fuck I'm on about. I'm there. I'm out there just exploring. I'm out there visiting. So we're hanging out, you know what I'm saying? I'm still just observing. I'm new to this shit. At this time, it was like around this time, you know, fucking 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, getting dark early. And I see my cousin start arguing with some motherfucker. And I'm like, oh man, like, you fucking kidding me? It's my first day here and I'm already gonna get into some shit. You know? Mind you, I'm meeting my cousin. I don't know who the fuck he's rocking with. I don't know who he's fucking friends with. I don't know shit of where the fuck I'm at other than that's my cousin. That's mi primo del extranjero. That's me. I'm from el norte. I see 2 motherfuckers just start tussling and shit, start going up fucking chest to chest type shit. And I'm like, oh man. Alright. She's about to get wild. So my cousin's little stupid ass. Cause for me, he's a little stupid ass. He's a fucking dumb motherfucker. Kicks his ass. Kicks dude. Just gives him a fucking swap. Like, yo, what the fuck? Oh, they really beef it. But I'm thinking like, yo, is that how you start a fight out here? You swoop a motherfucker in his legs, see if he's gonna go. Cause if it was for me, I would have went. Fuck the huff and tough and shit. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. You feel me? Some nights I'm there just standing right behind them, right off around the corner. Just in case they start going at it and someone wants to try to jump in, woo, I'm already handling my shit, putting in my work. But nothing happened. It was all bullshit. I guess, end of the day, it was no fucking some bullshit. Dude was trying to holler at his girl was trying to holler at whatever the fucking situation. It was over some bullshit. And I'm like, man, you gonna trying to make a fucking scene over some fucking bitch? Without due respect to the ladies, you know what I mean? Back then, you know, that's what I'm thinking. You're gonna come for some bitch? Like, yo, for real, bro, get the fuck up out of here. That's petty shit. But mind you, out here, women were just as petty as niggas. To my motherfucking homeboys, you already know what it is, right? But I knew there was a difference. Everybody was snakes. There's snakes out there too. There's snakes all over this fucking world. All over. It's up to us to distinguish what pathway we really want to take. Do we take the pathway where fucking snakes are there and you know that they might bite but they might not, might they not, but they're still there? Or you gonna take this path where there's a couple little obstacles and shit, but it seems a lot more safer? We really don't know until we're put in that position. You really don't know until you really put in that fucking position. I kid you not. And if you don't, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You ain't really lived. Or if you, maybe you have lived, but took off your aggression some completely different fucking way that you don't even understand how the fuck you did it. But you know you did it for the wrong reason. I already by this time I already had my heart broken as a guy. So I wasn't thinking about no fucking girls. I wasn't thinking about being in no fucking relationship. I was just thinking about being on some straight savagery. My feelings were fucking taken advantage of as a man, as a child, or whatever the fuck, as a teenager. Fuck the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But mind you, this is all experiences. We all have to go through these pains to fucking understand what the fuck we want out of this shit at the end of the day. So I had no respect for women at that point. I didn't want nothing to do with women. You know, I was just trying to figure out my damn self, and I'm still figuring it out to this day. But I get better at it every day. So now, shit don't happen. He's talking all the bullshit. And he's like, man, as we're walking back home, fucking this time it's like fucking 11 o'clock at night. He's telling me, hey, were you about to get down? I'm like, well, no fucking shit. What you expect? Me let them fucking kick your ass? I don't know who the fuck's rocking with who. You're my cousin, bro. Like, at the end of the day, you're my cousin. I don't fucking really know you like that, but you're my cousin. So I stand on shit. But that person and that individual, all those words that we exchanged at that time, back at around this time, fucking 17 years ago, don't mean shit to me. He don't mean shit to me. He tried to be on some sneak shit and get me into some shit by fucking putting little things in my head about X, Y, and Z. But it didn't really work. Right? So we had a cousin out there, we call him Kike. His name was Enrique Covarrubias, from what I understand, Becerra or some bullshit like that, right? From my understanding, right, this dude, this individual was my uncle, my late uncle's only. Well, he was a bastard of a fucking child. Let me put it like that. Fuck the boy. Like I said, I ain't gonna fucking sugarcoat the shit, right? It is what it is. This motherfucker ain't never gonna listen to what the fuck I gotta say anyway, because it is what it is. So he gave me an ideal of this dude, of an individual, right? Saying, oh, Kit Kat, man, fuck that dude. He ain't nothing but a faggot. His words. His fucking words. Like, man, what you mean? He's like, man, he don't get down. He's a wuss. He's a puss. Ooh, X, Y, and Z. I'm like, yeah, right. He's like, yeah. He's like, but that's our cousin, though. He's like, unfortunately. And I'm like, man, bro, I can't fuck with that, though. I can't. Either you riding or you ain't. Is what I've always was I was embedded in by this time. You riding or you ain't. So as time go by and shit, I'm riding with this cousin and shit. The couple days that I'm there, it was a weekend. Mind you, it's a weekend. I'm kicking it with him, getting to know. He's showing me shit. You know what I'm saying? Introducing me to people. Going to little fucking abarrotes, stores within the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And they're asking me. I'm like, hey, tú eres el hijo de Don Ángel, tú eres el nieto de Don Ángel. And I'm like, what? Meaning, you're Angel's grandson. And I'm like, how'd you figure that? I've never seen these people in my life. And he's like, oh yeah, you're hijo de Manuel. Mind you, that's like I said, that's my dad's nickname. I'm like, yeah, yeah. He's like, yo, where is he? And I'm like, oh, he's back home. Mind you, over here, back in Rockford. He's like, for real, like, what you doing out here? Like, oh, I just, I mind you, I'm gonna have to fucking, they don't gotta know why I'm out there. So I'm like, oh, I'm out here vacationing, just getting to know, what it is out here, X, Y, and Z and shit. All right, cool. Welcome and shit, bienvenido. And I'm like, all right, cool. So already people knew who the fuck I was without me knowing who I was, or me knowing who the fuck they were. Just simply because that's how this fucking community works. It's super small, like it's super, super small. But everybody knows everybody. Even I've never met the motherfucker in my life. They'll be like, oh, I've heard of them. I heard stories. That's what they would always say. I heard stories. I would hear stories. But at that time, like I had an idea differently from that cousin of mine who had a brother up here at that time who ended up showing me that he was nothing but a bitch too. You feel me? Motherfuckers ain't shit showing me but nothing but bitch ass shit. So realistically, y'all don't really stand on shit. But they didn't. They don't. I mean, yeah, they're hard workers. One's a hard worker, the other one's a fucking lazy piece of shit. Do whatever the fuck you do, but he's still making money, and I respect that. Fuck it, do what the fuck you gotta do. Do it how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no hate. Ain't really no motherfucking hate, other than the fact that I just don't fuck with you. I just don't fuck with people like that. So the stories that this cousin of mine was telling me and shit, putting in my head about how he used to run around in the truck and do burnouts, and you know what I'm saying, he was running shit. I'm like, yeah, you doing this in here? Like this? That's some pussy shit. That's some weak shit. Like, what the fuck? Then the stories of the women that he would tell me about. Yo, there's this fucking chick out there that she's da 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 da. Gassing them up. You feel me? Like gassing them up. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, oh shit. Like, I'm one coming down there one day and fuck around and find a wife or whatever the fuck. Nah, man, that shit was whack. The whole imagery was fucking whack. The whole ideology, the whole fucking, it was whack. The girl that he fell in love with or had the biggest relationship with end up fucking around meeting some motherfucking dude, woo, and end up getting pregnant by a dude. And it's a whole story because that couple aren't even together anymore. because of some other shit. But it's interesting. I'll tell you more about it. But but what's even crazy though too though is that there's this it's like yo like you know I see this monument or this little memorial and shit, and I asked my cousin, yo, what the fuck is that? Like, who's that or whatever? And they're saying, oh well, his uncle, who was his mom's brother, got killed right there over some bitch shit, over some woman shit, by some fucking guy that lives right around the way, and dude killed him, took off, never seen the man again. But the family's still living, their family's still being taken care of, so it's, I don't know, right? But it's just like, well, what the fuck? Like, and that's fucking right there. Like, yeah. Like big as fuck is that, though? Like, alright. Like, damn. Like, alright. So I'm, like I said, man, like, I'm exploring. This is my first fucking couple days and shit. I'm learning this shit. I'm learning. I'm visualizing. I see, like, yo, this ain't too bad. But mind you, I also meet another uncle of mine around the way that's Kitty, from where my dad grew up. From the videos that I've seen and the shit when I was a kid, of when my parents got married. You know, like all the shit that I was seeing and they were living in that moment, I was actually living it again for my first time. Me getting to sleep in my dad's old fucking room with a fucking laminate ceiling, with a bullshit ass little light bulb as a lighting, and I don't even think this was electrical sockets. All it was a fucking lighting. I can't even remember, to be honest. But I'm like, yo, this is what it was. Like, this is what it is. Like, holy fucking shit, yo. Like, yo, that shit's fucking wild. You know? The little store that my grandmother had before, you know, she got older and she couldn't maintain it anymore. And she had to take care of my grandfather or whatever, because at that time he was still alive. And, you know, it was just like, damn, I'm living it. I'm right here. Like I said, I'm living it. I'm experiencing this shit. So I go to his house and I'm looking at his shit. And when I tell you that, look, I know a lot of people have ever seen that movie Air Bud. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucking, the golden retriever out here fucking throwing threes and shit with his fucking nose. You know what I'm saying? Just hitting them threes with the switches and shit. From any fucking angle. Boom, here, pop. I've never seen a fucking golden retriever so aggressive in my life. Until that day that I met my uncle at his property. And his biggest and most fierce fucking of a dog that he had was a little ass chihuahua. That motherfucker held down the pack, yo. But also, this uncle of mine, he had land out there where he fucking cropped his his fucking corn when it was season. But he also had livestock. If you feel what I'm saying, like, yo, he had livestock. He had about a good 20 fucking livestock. He had fucking sheeps and goats. And then you see a child right there running around. I'm like, yo, like, that's your child. That's my grandson, but that's my son. I'm like, what the fuck? But mind you, there's stories behind these other stories that you're like, wait, why is he your grandson and he's living here with you? Well, there's a fucking darker story to that, in the sense that it's fucked up because women are savages, yo. My cousin, who's his daughter, was married to a man who was living up here. She had an affair and got pregnant by the Sanju. You feel me? He comes back 2 years later, wherever the fuck it is, whatever time frame it is, and he's like, yo, what the fuck? You know that ain't mine. The man forgave her, He said, you can come home, but except for without that kid. So what is she supposed to do? What was the plan, right? There wasn't really no fucking plan other than her plan was just branch him off to her parents, which is my uncle, which is his grandparents, and raise them as their own. All because of an action of a woman that was like she wasn't faithful. She didn't stand to her vows. Makes you question me and my thought process on why the fuck I don't want a relationship at that time, in that point or in that time frame. You feel me? I'm not looking at women in a positive mind state. I'm looking at y'all some bitches. Y'all with all due respect, you feel me? Con todo respeto. Like, it doesn't make no fucking sense. I thought men were dogs, but I'm seeing women doing this shit. Like, whoa. It makes no sense. Like, it wasn't registered. You feel me? It didn't register. Mind you, I'm over. Alright, I accept it because it's none of my fucking business. Right? But it's family. Obviously you want to be tight. You want to get to know people. But this is the stories that come behind all this shit. There's some dark ass stories. Like, cause you would never think of that. Of one of your family members to be in some situations like that. But guess what, man? We live in a fucked up fucking place, in a fucked up world. It's so fucked up. Cause it's like, yo, like, I'm thinking a relationship, marriage is all unity and keeping it together, but everybody's just showing me different. So I'm at that time, I'm gonna still continue to be on my savagery. I'm still gonna be on my bullshit. You feel me? No, man, I'm doing the podcast. Yeah. So yeah. I'm looking for shit that I'm not supposed to be looking for, but I'm experiencing it. I'm fucking looking at it. And I think it's dope. It gives me a visualization and a better understanding of why my parents decided to leave that to come up here and live the American dream. You know, it was starting to make sense. Like, damn. Now, do you really want to be born into this because this is what we're born into? Or do you want to be progressive and be better in life and just fucking go beyond your means? Or I don't know. I'm trying to find out what the fuck you're trying to do. But what goes even better though is like I said, I'm experiencing all this shit. It's just like, yo, this is dope. Like, I can't believe my uncle has all this land. He's living off this livestock. Like, what the fuck? Like, but whatever. You know, I've been fucking going into town and be like, oh, this is woo to woo. He's my uncle, my cousin. You know what I'm saying? He's from Norte. Man, I'm feeling fucking brand new. I ain't even gonna cap on him. I'm feeling brand new simply because I'm the new kid on the block. Nobody knows my story. Nobody knows nothing about me. Everybody knows, like, yo, who's the new guy? But I'm rocking the shack though, so they know that I'm up to no good. But I'm just trying, that was just an image, a stupid one. It was a stupid image to uphold. But I rocked it as far as I could rock it till I known some shit, done some shit, and some shit happened. It made me realize some shit. If that make fucking sense. So just fast forward some time, you know what I mean? Like I'm living this fucking shit. Um, Around this time, it's fucking, like I said, it's fucking Dia de los Muertos. Daylight saving time's already fucking in motion. I'm at my uncle's house. You know, at this time, like I said, it's fucking 2, 3 weeks. I'm already living there. I'm getting situated, moving around, getting to understand some shit. Got to move some plays, X, Y, and Z. You know, um, fucking I'm like, all right, uh, where there's this thing called El Día del Difunto, which is October 31st, which is fucking basically is that day, which is October 31st, obviously, which is Halloween. They say that that a loved one who you've known that has passed will come knocking on your door. I mean, you don't think about shit like that out here, cause mind you, it's all culture. It's how you're growing up. It's how you're, in that moment. Back then, I was still a Christian. I mean, correct myself. I was a full-blown Catholic. I believed in all those things. I believed in all the fucking, all of that. Until I found my truth, right? Later on in life. But it's like, alright, like, so what's supposed to happen? Oh, well, that person, for example, me, I had an uncle who passed away a couple years prior in a semi rollover accident. He somehow lost control. He was with a friend of his, a childhood friend of his called Caballo, called Horse. And he was, I got to meet the dude, so mind you. And all he remembered him saying was, ay, 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 ay. And that was the last of it. That was the last of my uncle in this accident. So they said that he would, the one that I was saying that my Kike, his father, was the one who passed away. And his name was Tacho. So they're saying, yeah, your Tio Tacho's gonna come knocking on the door before the end of the night. So don't be all freaked out. Dude. I've never experienced anything of that nature, some fucking paranormal shit, until I was down there. But maybe I have instances where, where I fucking smoke so fucking much that I'm seeing in the corner of my eye shadows. Maybe that's something there, someone there. Maybe I'm just losing my shit. But so we're telling these fucking horror stories, little fucking campfire stories. You know what I'm saying? You want to call them, about spirits and death and all that, like Llorona and all that shit. That sometimes that she comes by the creek where we live at, and we're like, well, that's no fucking way. Cause mind you, these are all myths, superstitions. I can't speak for everybody else, but I can speak for myself. But shit, it's fucking like it's hard to explain. But as I'm going back to the crib, going back to the little room my dad grew up in, whatever, his room, my dad's little room. All of a sudden I start hearing all the dogs in the fucking rancho start barking. All of them. All of them. And I'm not just talking about one. I'm talking about all fucking 20 dogs in that motherfucker plus. Throughout the whole rancho. Just going crazy. And then, poof, just completely black, quiet. You're like, what the fuck is happening? You're like, all right, cool, fuck. Like, all right, cool. Like, this is what it is. Like, holy shit. Fucking, you're like, yo, like, all right. So I go to the room. I'm just hanging out. I'm just minding my business, trying to go to sleep, freak the fuck out a little bit. And all of a sudden, I start hearing fucking, like, something on top of the fucking laminate. Talk of the laminate fucking roof that I have, like, something's walking. I'm like, man, what the fuck? I gotta go outside. I don't see shit out there. I go back in the room and I'm freaking out. I fucking, that was crazy is that, you know, I'm in there just minding my fucking business. Just like, what the fuck's going on? You know, I'm fucking tripping out. I'm experiencing some fucking paranormal shit. Like, you know, the shit's actually happening. uh, I look back at it and I'm like, holy shit. All I see is the door just creak open. Just like everybody was saying that was gonna happen. Mind you, out there's no doorknobs. It's just the fucking door and a little lock or whatever the hell it is, just to make sure it doesn't open. There's no fucking knob. There's no fucking hook. There's none of that shit. Nope. So the door just pushes open, and it's a little heavy door, so it's not an easy push. So you don't. There's no way the wind pushed that shit. So my heart is racing. I'm freaking the fuck out. Woo. I don't know how to feel, mind you. Again, I don't know how to feel. And like I said, I'm only fucking 16. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. This is how someone's supposed to fucking process this shit. I'm supposed to register shit. You really can't. Not in the moment. You can't really register it. So I remember fucking going over and fucking just running out the door and going to my grandmother whose rooms are out the way. We have an aunt of mine at the time that's there. And my grandfather, he has his other room. But it's spread all over though. They're spread everywhere. Everybody has their own fucking room spread. Nobody sleeps together. I guess that happens when you get old, right? You don't sleep in the same bed. So fucking I go in there, I knock on the door, and I'm like, hey, Ama. That's what I call her. I call her mom. I just call her Ama. And I'm like, she's like, what's up? She's like, it's cool I sleep on the floor right next to you. Right? And then she's like, what the fuck? She's like, hell no. Like, take your ass and fucking go to sleep and shit. I don't want you in my fucking room. And I'm like, mind you, around this time, it's like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. I can't go to sleep. Right? Like I said, I'm freaking the fuck out because all the shit that's happening. Because all the fucking stories that I'm hearing that I heard are just kind of like, man, what the fuck? And, you're like, yo, what the fuck? And I laugh and I go to the room and shit. Fucking there's a little Virgen de San Juan de los Lagos is right there in the room, you know what I mean? So I fucking see a little candle, light that bitch, put it right there. Start praying, start saying my little fucking oraciones, hey, could you take care of me, yada yada. And next thing you know, I just remember falling asleep and that's it. You know what I mean? And I wake up the next day, whatever. So there's that. So it's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're fucking experiencing all this bullshit. I'm just like, damn. So I continue my day, I wake up and shit, you know what I mean? I fucking go to my uncle's house to grab some shit because I had some shit over there. And everybody, mind you, this is fucking El Dia de los Muertos, so everybody's fucking packing up to go to the Panteon and all that, you know, because November 1st. And then, so mind you, I thought the whole 3 weeks that I'm there with my fucking uncle when she had work and getting to know him and she's working all that bullshit. I have that cousin of mine that I was saying was Kiki and shit that really was on bullshit. he's always been gassing him up and shit. Oh, uncle, he's a fucking up his ass type shit. Yo, what we want to do? What you trying to do? When are we gonna go do this? When are we gonna go do that? Just a motherfucker just kissing ass like a bitch, right? Just a straight bitch shit. Trying to make himself look better than me type shit. Cause mind you, we're both fucking cousins. We're nephews and shit. So what you trying to do? But man, I wasn't on none of that shit. I was in my own shit. I mean, mind you, you need my help, I'll come help you. I'm learning some shit, you know? And, what's it called? I go in there, mind you, fucking, he's gaslighting me, he's fucking talking all this shit. So I go in there, but he doesn't know that I'm there, right? And I hear him talking shit about me. Talk about, man, I don't want no fucking lazy ass kid in my house and shit. I'm not gonna take care of him. You know, woo, he's not gonna sit around my house and not do shit. And I'm like, damn, no, for real, like, that's how you feel? And this was coming from someone that I felt was actually standing up for me and shit. If someone would fucking come bully me type shit, cause, you know, he didn't think it was right. Cause, mind you, I'm just a kid. But when I'm hearing that coming out of his mouth, I'm like, yo, like, all because this motherfucker's gaslighting me type shit, or making himself look better, gaslighting himself, kissing your ass and shit, I'm not doing that. Like, that's where your respect or your loyalty goes to. Man, cool, fuck all that shit. So, boom, he takes off, you know what I'm saying? His wife is there, and I'm like, ah, shit, bet. I just start bagging up on my shit. Start bagging up on my shit, woo, and then she's like, what was going on? And I just like, yo, man, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna go back to San Luis. You know what I'm saying? My uncle, you know, he's going out there. So I know you guys are going to a Panteon, so I'm just gonna ride with him, and I'll see y'all there. That was my goodbye to these motherfuckers. Fuck you. You know what I mean? There was no loyalty there. I thought there was because I admired this man like a motherfucker. Because he was living with us. He paid attention to me when my dad wasn't paying me no attention. He was taking me to the parks and I was building memories with this man. But to fucking him to hear that shit, I can't fuck with you. Because I would think that you'd just come and tell me to my face as a fucking man. Because obviously I thought I was at that point. I was a man because I'm on my own. But then hearing the stories from other fucking people, hearing it straight from them, or, you know, hearing these fucking eavesdrop conversations and shit, you're like, man, fuck all of that shit. I ain't fucking with none of y'all motherfuckers. Y'all some fucking snakes. So like I said, so either you know where to go with the snakes with the easy way this way, or you want to go with the fucking obstacle. Man, I'd rather go over here, this way. So that's what I did. Grabbed my shit and got the fuck up out of there. Didn't look back and never did look back. The only time I did come back though was to whoop my motherfucker because of his ass, Kike. That's for sure. Beat the dog, beat his ass. Get him motherfucker 2 black eyes. Simply because motherfucker was talking all that shit. The time that I was gone from Atlanta. He didn't think I was gonna come back. But I promised my cousin Chuya, you know what I mean? That I'll be back. For this shit gets even wilder. You know? This shit gets even wilder. But, you know, all in all, yo, like, yo, this is what the fuck I'm trying to do. And it's like, this is my experience, this is my story, right? So, shout out to everybody who's taking their time to fucking sit back and listen to what I have to say. It might resonate to an experience of like, oh shit, you know? Because that paranormal stuff, there's more to that. You know? Because I also have a cousin who was probably a month old. He was just born when I was there. And I had just gotten there. But I'm over here living in the rancho. But he's only a month old. And the stories and like I said, all these superstitions of fucking witches and paranormal stuff is out there. But you don't really think about it when it's out there, though. You feel me? Like, you're just like, yo, like, like what the fuck? You know? That's what, like, what the fuck? Like, it's just like, yo, this is what I'm trying to do. It's taking time to fucking launch the way that it's wanted. The numbers is fucking great. As for so much for everything. You know what I mean? For so far for me, just trying to launch my shit and just put my voice out there. It's like, yo, like this is what it's about. You know? What can I share? What can I do to help you grow or as an individual? How can I help the next person grow as an individual? Because we're all just trying to grow. And that's for me coming from a whole different kind of background. You know? I don't really talk about myself like I'm supposed to. But yo, this is my fucking time to, and speak on it. You know? This is my time to speak on it because mind you, like I said, 17 years ago, this is where I was at. And I was experiencing a whole bunch of shit that it was like, oh shit, man, like this is, how do I register this shit? I had no forms of income, I had no fucking nothing. But you're like, yo, like, whoa, like, how am I supposed to figure this shit out? Who's gonna help me out? But I figured it out though. You know what I'm saying? I got to fucking live on this other side of fucking town where it's just like haciendas, you know what I mean? But it's a nicer side of the city because that's where my uncle who passed away, Tio Tacho, had his house. And mi tia Ramona, who held it down after, his death and whatever, had her business. You know, she was still holding it down for the family. She had a child that was, I can't even fucking think of his fucking name right now, but he was in kindergarten. You know, he was a cool little kid. He's a cool little dude. When I met him back then, all those years ago, but now I look at him like, damn, dude, you grown. You growing into some whole different shit. Because you look at him now, you're like, whoa, like, that's not what I envisioned you to ever fucking live your life. That's coming from a motherfucker from out here, though. You feel me? Like, we're coming from a motherfucker that's known to do some shit. But mind you, we're two different worlds. Mexico's world and America's world are two different fucking worlds. Completely, 100%. I was having conversations earlier, that there's censorship all over this fucking world. We don't fucking expose a lot of shit. Mind you, that's a whole different conversation. But anyway, going back to this shit, it's just like, hey, like, like, all right, let's see what let's see what you're talking about, you know. So I'm limited, mind you. I'm back in San Luis, with this cousin of mine. I'm kicking it, and it's the only thing that I'm up late at night, staying up late at night, is to watch Ghost Whisperer and motherfucking Bones. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, because that's the only thing that was of English speaking for me to listen to and watch. Because everything else was in Spanish. All the programs were in Spanish, yo. Like I'm telling you, there was nothing on this shit unless you had fucking pirated fucking black shit, black market movies, and watched that shit. But other than that, no, there was nothing out here. There was nothing there to watch. American English, in this time. But now it's a whole different time. In that time it was different than it is now. You feel me? So, yeah, I got to experience some shit when landing in the rancho. By this time, fucking at that time, I mean, also, my cousin, he ended up fucking leaving and coming up here. You know, I see this motherfucker sell a girl a dream like a motherfucker just to fuck with a bitch, and she fucking kind of fell for it. But at the end of the day, I don't know the game plan for what motherfuckers thinking about. Cause coming from where I'm from in this rancho, little bullshit ass rancho, it's like, yo, motherfucker with your last name is supposed to have 2 women to know that's how you know you're holding down the name. I'm like, man, fuck all that shit. I can't even handle one. Well, I don't even want one at this point in time. At 16 years old, I don't even want none of that shit. I don't want nothing doing no chick, yo. Like, you feel me? Like nothing, like at all, yo. Like, there's nothing I want to do with no fucking woman at that time. But then shit started fucking, I had to fucking open up and let it, you know what I'm saying? Cause I can't always be mad just cause one bitch fucked it up for me. No, I gotta fucking learn how to grow. But I didn't know how to grow when I was fucking 16 years old. especially when not knowing the shit that I know today. If I could go back to what I was doing today, back then, man, I'd be a smart motherfucker doing all sorts of stupid shit. Man, fucking, you know what I mean? Like, good shit. So, as I'm living it out there, you know what I mean? I gotta fast forward to all this shit. But it's like, I'm experiencing all this fucking good shit. I'm experiencing fucking the life of taquero, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually doing it. I'm helping my cousin's husband, who recently just got fired from his job, and he started a little taco business and shit. And I told him, like, yo, man, I help you out. Like, at the end of the night or at the end of the morning before you start your business and shit, before you're doing stuff you're doing, I'll wash your equipment. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as you hook me up with a couple tacos and shit. You feel me? Like, Joe, just hook me up. And that's what the plan was. You know what I mean? I put my shit to work. The shit that I would learn and I learned as an adult and learned how to keep good hospitality, cleanliness, and all of that. It's like, yo, like, all right, I kept up to it. I cleaned up after myself. I earned my way through all of this shit. I earned my way through all of it, right? I learned how to gain my way. You know, I have to earn it, right? I have to earn all of it. So I was getting fucking tacos all the day. Every fucking day I was getting tacos. But mind you, this was just within this small network of family. My cousin at one point, she was like, yo, my uncle, me my nerves, he's gonna get mad as hell. He's like, why? I'm like, why? He's like, because he sent you up in this motherfucker walking, and we're gonna send you back rolling. And now I'm like, man, bro, like, if you don't get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. But they were right though. I was happy as fuck though. But I was happy though. I was happy in the motherfucker because I was getting to experience shit that I've always wanted. Experience with my fucking cousins, my experience with my aunts, and who was a widow, but she didn't look at me any other way other than her nephew. She showed me love. She showed me fucking love, a lot of love. But I also had to earn it, even though it was always it's unconditional love. Yeah, whatever. It's conditional. She gave it. She took care of me. She made sure I was all right. Cause guess what? With being with her though, I got to fucking get into an accident. Got to have her fucking see my whole fucking side of her face that I didn't think could ever fucking. Back then, my face was swell and a big ass hive type shit. Just get swollen. And we got into this accident, but mind that's another story. And she's just learning how to drive. But mind you, I had to learn my way. But I'm getting to experience all that shit that I always wanted. That unity of family that everybody in this fucking modern day world has, or doesn't have. But I first generation, whatever the hell you want, a Mexican American or Mexican, because I was brought up here at a young age, didn't get to experience all that. Because, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing was illegal. Because I was a child when they brought me up here. But then I went back voluntarily. But mind you, it is what it is. I'm here now. I'm here now, right? Doesn't fucking matter because I'm here now. I've been back. But I just been out the way. Because I'm just trying to live my life. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm good. Everybody's that I'm around good. I'm eating, you're eating. If I fuck with you as a person, as an individual, I got you. I'm not asking for much either. All that I'm asking is for fucking loyalty. You can't find that with motherfuckers nowadays. But that's cool though. But that's what life is. You get to fucking get into this little circle, a little network of people, individuals that you really fuck with, and you grow, and you're like, damn, I never thought about that. Cause why? Cause their guidance, the shit that they've already been through, and their wisdom basically is they're just handing it down to the next motherfucker, simply so they don't get to fucking handle that shit. And when a motherfucker like me brings it up to them, who's younger than them, like, yo, that doesn't make sense. Woo wooty woo. They're like, I agree with you, but that has make that make sense to them, to women, or whatever the situation is that's going on in that moment. You feel me? So, me being in this lifestyle was like, yo, it was dope. I got to experience what it was to fucking live here. Like, yo, what it was to live here. Like, and then I got to meet my cousin I got an uncle of mine named Chewy who ended up calling me Leo and shit. He's like, well, why the fuck you gonna call me that? He's a motherfucker, like, simply because you're brown on the outside, but white as fuck on the inside. And I'm like, man, you know what? You ain't fucking lying. And I roll with that. But it was nothing but love, though, because at the end of the day, the man took care of me no matter what. He took care of me. Everybody took care of me. Everybody loved me. Everybody showed me love that I didn't really thought that I had. Especially because I'm just visiting. I thought at that time I thought I was just. By the time that I'm getting to this point, I'm looking at it like I ain't going nowhere. This is where I'm staying. I'm not going back. Because a couple of months that I'm already there, that I'm already fucking learning all this shit, and I'm getting to have all these bonds, and I'm getting to I wanna explore Mexico. Like, yo, why not? But I was given the opportunity, but I didn't take advantage of it. Well, I'm not even gonna say that simply because at that time, like I said, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I'm thinking I'm there just kicking it. I honestly didn't have a relationship with my folks throughout this fucking time. Not really, because I was upset. But guess what though? You know, back to that going back to remember when I was saying that my mom got sick or whatever. Well, the reason she was sick is because she was pregnant. You feel me? So that was the whole reason she was sick, but they didn't know till after the fact, or they knew but they weren't gonna tell me because it was none of my business, yo. Like, my parents are my parents; they're gonna do what the fuck they're gonna do. You know? You feel me? So, but mind you, this time my mom's 2-3 months pregnant or whatever, and I'm not talking to none of them because I'm upset. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. I didn't know how to register it, but guess what? I got it. I got by it. I feel like I was making my way, and I was gaining my respect and my whatever, my name. I was working for myself. I was doing it for me to show people that, yo, I'm just trying to do it. I'm just trying to make it. I can do it, and I was able to. I think I fucking tell a lot of people like, yo, I think I was the happiest motherfucker when I lived in Mexico. When I lived back in Mexico and shit, when I was poor and I ain't had shit. Cause it was nothing but fucking love and happiness out there, and it is. Maybe it's because of the fucking sun, of how powerful it is. You know, all that fucking vitamin D. You know, fucking feel me? That's giving and shit, that's radiating on. You know, I'm just being stupid at this point, but mind you, it's just a little shit like that. You know, like it's going back to that. Like, yo, like, all right, like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm just living my motherfucking life, yo. I mean, tacos. I'm fucking trying to talk to chicks, but my game ain't on shit. It never was had shit. Cause once I got over the fact, like, yo, I gotta give this shit another fucking try. I can't just be a fucking stubborn little asshole. You know what I'm saying? I'm only 16. Like I said, I gotta learn from this shit. Bitch gonna break my heart. With all due respect. And they have. And I have. I've broken hearts. I think. I can't recall. Or maybe I have. I don't. I mean. But all I have to do is just continue to grow as an individual, right? As a person. So like I said, like all the music in the background you guys heard throughout the whole night and shit, it's just me vibing. You know what I mean? That's on YouTube or whatever. YouTube, try to get on YouTube. You know, I don't know the copyrights to this shit, but it's just vibe music. That shit fucking puts me in the zone, smoke me in my shit, and I can go ahead and talk about whatever. Look, I've been fucking talking almost for 2 fucking hours to myself. I'm just trying to make something different. You know? I'm trying to share my story. A little bit at a time. But right now, I was like, yo, this is what it was. This is where I was at 17 fucking years ago. I'm in a whole different fucking country. Living my motherfucking life. Because I didn't have shit to fucking hold me down. I had no kids. I had no education. I quit fucking school, basically. I was trying to get back into school when I was down there, but my folks didn't like, no, what the fuck? What for? When you was up here, you didn't want to go to school. Now you down there, you want to go to fucking school. This don't make sense. At that time, they weren't supportive, but they didn't. They wanted me to fucking do some shit or however, whatever in their thought process was for me to fucking learn how to become a man. And I was learning how to become a man, how to make my money. Como me ganaba el taco, fuck, you feel me? So me still true, like I said, he was showing me a whole bunch of shit. I said, this man had me like, woo, whoop, woo, he got me on everything, showing me nothing but fucking love. So I get to meet my motherfucking Tio Tomas, his other fucking child. His name is Tomasin. He was a driver for me, Tio Chuy. You feel me? So a couple of weeks passed by, we're still hanging out in the same area, whatever. And then he's like, yo, are you going to Chuy's quinceañera? I'm like, yeah, I'm going. I mean, mind you, my mom and dad, at that time, I think she had sent me like a little care package. Sent me some shoes, new clothes, you know, all my street shit, all my stuff that I liked, you know, back then. And then my fucking boots and shit. My boots and my fucking vest and all this extra shit. You know, because, I mean, yeah, I was with it. I used to dress that way. Like, come on, man. We all have all had things that we used to like to do, and that was my thing. I used to fucking like to go to fucking bailes and quinceañeras, and I still do. But I don't go because I don't have a fucking person to go with. And for me, it's a partnership. You know what I mean? To get invited to these type of things, like you want to get down and get busy in the dance floor. You want to have a pareja. You know, you want to have a fucking like mind you, you know, you these Spanish words here and there, but you want to have a partner. You know, to do what you want to do on the dance floor. You know, I'm not the best, but yo, I give it 100% all the fucking time, and I make the best of it though. You know, I make the best of every type of music that I listen to. You know, when it can be gospel, when it comes to metal, when it comes to salsa, to merengue, like, you know, I can vibe with it. It does uplift you. It is uplifting music. It's different. You know what I mean? But it's just depending on what vibe you're in and what moment I'm in. In that moment, I'm just fucking trying to wild out. I'm trying to go as much fucking violence as I can. Why? Because there's so many different fucking people. Like, what you mean? There's not one person. He's not gonna want to dance with motherfuckers. Come on, man. That's ridiculous. It's the whole point of these fucking things. To go to these fucking things is to go to fucking, you know, get down with the get down. So me and Tomasina are fucking building this little relationship. Actually, he was the first motherfucker that got me some weed and shit down there. And it's, which is fucked up because, like, you know, back then it was so known for Mexico to have weed, you know, the fucking all the shit back here. But I couldn't find shit for that because I didn't. Anybody that I fuck with were against it. Like, no, you ain't gonna fucking smoke motherfucking weed. But mind you, my mentality, I don't give a fuck. I'm still doing what the fuck I want to do. I ain't gonna do it here. I'll come back a couple hours later, high as fuck, and say, yo, I was just out for a walk, getting to know San Luis and shit, wherever I was at that moment. So he tells me, yo, you going to your day? We'll do. Oh, yeah, I'm going. Yo, let's go. But on the way there, like I said, man, this domestic bullshit is fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? That it's just the stigmatism on this machismo bullshit and how women want to fucking take order. And it's like, yo, man, I can't be around this toxicity. Like, and it's like, yo, his wife or whatever gave me another reason not to want to be with a woman. Like, yo, you being on the man while he's driving and shit. I'm in the back seat. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, y'all ain't thinking about me and shit. Like, yo, like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So we pull up to the rancho, you know what I'm saying? We get to the rancho like 2 in the morning, right? On fucking December 25th. And it was like I said, it was my cousin's quinceañera and shit that next morning. They done killed the fucking pig that I talked to you guys about earlier and shit. You know, they chopped his ass up, woo, since I don't know, fucking 5 or whatever. We're going to start him up or whatever. It was ready to chop his ass up, you know what I'm saying? Get back into motion. Women get into motion and chopping this shit the fuck up. So fucking as soon as I get into the fucking town, you know, that night, my aunt is like, yo, is that you? I'm like, yeah. Who the fuck you with? I'm with Tomasin. She said, you with Tomasin? And she's like, yeah, like, holy shit, I haven't seen him in fucking God knows how many months. How'd you fucking run into him? Like, all right, like, you know, met him through so-and-so, and now we're over here. So yeah, he wanted to come check it out, so we came and checked it out. And so the next day, that same day, the next morning, I go to the little barrote where everybody knew me and shit. Automatically, they're like, "Yo, what the fuck? What are you doing back?" And, they didn't. I was gonna come back after all the bullshit that I had heard, or whatever. Hands on. So like, oh, I just my cousins you dig, you gotta know, I got some pendejos, I act stupid, They're like, oh yeah. Like, yo, I heard, like they're automatically like, you ran into your cousin Kiki yet? And I'm like, no. What about him though? And they're like, oh man, that man talking mad crazy shit. Well, I'm like, oh yeah, like what you mean? Like, oh man, that man said he's gonna beat the fucking dog shit out you. I'm like, oh yeah, right. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, nah, man, I ain't running into this fucking little bitch ass. But no, but we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see. So I'm rocking all my new gear and shit. I'm fucking flexing, flossing. I thought I was a shit, but I really wasn't. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I'm just minding my shit, and the everyone who I came across, man, that knew him and knew me, they were asking me, "You ran into me? You ran into me yet?" Yo, is it that fucking important? The motherfucker would have hollered at me because I already seen his ass once or twice prior to me having these conversations with you motherfuckers, and I don't see him doing shit. So he ain't about shit. I'm thinking, right? That's what I'm thinking. He ain't on shit. I'm thinking he just fucking talk. I'm just thinking whatever. Shit ain't gonna happen. So I had a cousin of mine who was there getting married, who had gotten married weeks prior, who was telling me all sorts of shit. He's like, hey man, if I were you, I'd beat his ass, fucking get out the way. He don't need to go over there. Look, man, well, I don't know what the fuck his problem is. All of a sudden, because I called him a fucking faggot, because he's fucking hearing on shit, and that's just the fucking shit that I'm getting from these other motherfuckers, this information I'm getting from these other motherfuckers. So prove it yourself. Prove to me that you ain't on no bitch shit. Because at that time, like I said, my mentality on some other shit. I'm on some other shit, And just stand on it. If you're gonna be about some shit, stand on it. That's what I've always been looking at it this last couple of fucking years. Just stand on your shit, right? Just stand on it. So so mind you, I'm just nonchalant about some shit all throughout the fucking day. We go to the church, we go to the ceremony, we're going through all that shit. I see my cousin, I'm in my motherfucking vest, all white out, you know what I mean, jacket, hat, sombrero, all that shit. But then I have my uncles pulling up. I have all my uncles are pulling up, all of them, they're all getting in there, I saw it. And then all of a sudden everybody starts like separating and start doing their own little shit. Like people fucking with certain people, other people fucking with certain people. Like you can kind of see the separation and shit. You can see all of it. I don't know, fuck. So my cousin who's there, who I end up meeting, his other cousin Rata, who's this fucking amazing dude who's fuck man. Like I said, I've met so many amazing, interesting people who, mind you, who have known his dad because his dad was living in Kansas when I was living in Kansas, but I never met his children. But now I'm meeting his children, so it's like, yo, it's like I said, it's a whole fucking book. It's the world, the way the world works, or the universe works. I'm meeting this dude, him, these cousins are backing me up, saying, man, fuck him, man, beat the fucking shit out of him, woo to woo. Don't let him talk shit. And so I'm like, all right, yeah. I just don't see him being aggressive like that to me right now. Cause every time I see him, he ain't saying shit. You feel me? So after the ceremony, after everybody ate, everybody's eating. I'm hearing him drop some shit. I'll beat motherfuckers' asses all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck motherfuckers up. I'm like, man, who you saying that to? Are you just having the conversation with the people, or are you directing it to me? Because I don't see that as a direction to me. I'm just thinking it's just open conversation. But I just, alright, whatever. But when I heard him talking so much shit to me, to my uncle, or just talking shit just in general, talking about, man, I'm gonna fuck motherfuckers up all day, every day. My uncles are just going with it. I have my other fucking cousin, Wallow, right there, just sitting with the shit, drinking, having fun, just going with the shit too, thinking it's fucking funny. And it's like, yo, man, what you motherfuckers really on? What y'all motherfuckers really trying to see? And mind you, this is my cousin's quinceañera, so I don't even see them anybody trying to start no problems. But man, I'm gonna start some shit. I'm gonna definitely start some shit, and that's what happened. I started some shit. So my cousin, like I said, he was mentioning that, yo, man, look, this was gonna happen. I kid you not. If you go back to that corner of that shit right down there to take a fucking leak, and if this motherfucker follows you, you know that he's starting problems. Or he wants problems. So, I won't even say shit to him the moment he approaches you. I just straight rock his ass. And that's what happened. I go to the fucking corner of the shed, take a leak real quick, I'm coming back. This motherfucker's coming back, he looking at me, and I look at him, and you know, and he's like, yo, man, what's up? And I'm like, man, you know, what's up, what, motherfucker? Boom, and I just hit his ass. Start rocking the shit out this motherfucker. Just boom, 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 boom. I'm on top of him. I'm stomping him and shit. Just fuck you, motherfucker. I told you not to fuck with me since day fucking one. You want to be on bullshit? Here's my bullshit. I'm just whooping on, whooping on. And mind you, everybody's recording. And there's recording this shit. So this is on tape. So ain't nobody telling me that there wasn't no fucking tape. No evidence of me whooping this motherfucker's ass. And this motherfucker's older than me. I'm only a 16-year-old motherfucker. You trying to bully him? You trying to bully me? Cause it ain't gonna happen that way. I'm gonna fuck you up, and that's what happened. I fucked the dude up. Like I said, gave that motherfucker 2 black eyes just as a fucking fact. Nigga, motherfucker, don't fuck with me, man. I'm out here just trying to be on some cool shit. But if I wanna be on my bullshit, I'm gonna be on my bullshit. And I was just trying to be on some cool shit. But motherfuckers wanna be on that bullshit. Alright, bet. But then in the moment that everybody's splitting up, talk about you, like, man, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Nigga, you gonna do what? You gonna do what? You better run those fucking lips for real, bro, cause I'm about that shit. You ain't gonna threaten my motherfucking life and just walk away with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? I still beat the fucking shit out of your ass. Out his ass. I walked that way, that motherfucker with my head up high, like, look, man, don't fuck with me. I'm just out here on some cool shit. And I got my motherfucking respect. From anybody in that motherfucking rancho got my motherfucking respect that night. Simply because, like, yo, this motherfucker's, he came on some cool shit and he's showing that he's on some shit. But I wasn't trying to show that side. I wasn't trying to show that character. Because that wasn't what I was trying to be. And I was trying to be on some peaceful shit. I wasn't trying to fucking hurt nobody. I wasn't trying to... But man, fuck you. Ain't nobody gonna fucking walk on me or trying to walk on me type shit. I'm gonna fuck you up. And that's exactly what I did to the homie. I fucked him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much shit that goes on, man, that you like, you know, people don't think, like, you getting down? Or you getting into fights? No, man, I get down, bro. And I hold my shit down. As much as it hurts, no matter what, emotionally, when it comes to women and all that, man, I hold it down. Because I've also broken hearts. Yeah, I've broken hearts, man. Yeah, I broke my son's mom's heart. By the separation and shit. But I own up to that, though. I'm accountable for that, because that was my fault. You feel me? So yeah, shit ain't easy. Shit's never been easy. But from then ain't forward, from all on forward, prior to all the shit, I was making a name for myself. But I was making a name for myself for the wrong fucking reasons. You feel me? For the wrong fucking reasons. So it's like a week ago, right? Going out of the subject, but it was like a week ago. My a coworker of mine asked me, like, yo, were you really in that shit for real, for real? Because they look at me, he's like, I don't see you in doing any of that bullshit. And I was like, yeah. I was out here. I was running around doing stupid shit. He's like, but why though? And you know, my response to him was at first is like, you know, I did it because I wanted to put fear into people's eyes. I wanted to make sure that every time I walked in a fucking room, people were like, damn, watch out for that motherfucker. Don't fuck with him. But as I grew older, like, yo, I don't want that. And then I told him, you know, and then I go back to him, Yeah, but that's kind of stupid. I know, and I know it's stupid. I know it's a fucking way of fucking getting people to like you. That's the. I mean, shit. You're not. People are not liking you. They're disliking you. They don't want to fucking associate with you. If you're gonna have that type of fucking mentality, you know. And he's like, yeah, I don't understand that fear shit. I don't either. I didn't understand it either for the longest. Cause it didn't make sense to me. Like it didn't make sense to me at all. If I would put fear into people's hearts, that shit makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense. But it, you know. And then I go back to him right in a couple minutes later. I'm like, you know what though? But as I grow up and I grew up older, I don't want to put fear into people's hearts. I just want to know that I'm respected. And then I'm well. That's it. I'd rather earn your respect and know that it's well respected and well earned than be feared. And he's like, you know what, man? Like, that's some fucking good shit right there for you. And that's just me just learning as an individual, yo. As an individual every day. I've been through so much shit my last couple of months, man. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But I hold it together and I try to keep it together. I'm not perfect. I go through my shit. I'm accountable for my own shit. I know how to handle my shit. So meeting people down the way or knowing people throughout my whole fucking life, man, it's great to know. Because like I said, man, this world is bigger than what we fucking think. Right? This is bigger than what we fucking think. Mind you, I'm hanging out with fucking cousins and aunts and all that. And no, but let me before we go to that one, let me continue with the story of me whooping this motherfucker ass geeking. After all said and done and shit, me whooping the fucking shit out of him on tape, everybody recording, everybody coming. Everybody's on my side apparently, apparently his side. Which fucking made me feel dope. But at the same time, I was like, man, fuck all that. I handle my own shit. I stand on my shit. You know what I mean? Like I stand on my shit. They're like, you know, whoa. My that cousin Wallow I mentioned pulled me to the side, and then all of a sudden pulled this dumb motherfucker to the side. And he goes around saying, like, yo, man, what's the problem with you motherfuckers? I mean, what's the problem with this motherfucker? He's never liked me since day one. He's been talking shit all out the woo, and I ain't with it, so I beat the fucking shit out of him. And then he goes to say, well, how you gonna do that shit in the fucking on our cousin's birthday and a big ass day in front of all the family? First of all, why is he gonna talk all that shit in front of your fucking dad though? About whooping motherfuckers ass? Cause guess what, motherfucker? I just beat the dog shit out of you, and I gave you the fucking some to go. So what? So this cousin of mine looked at me like, look, motherfucker, like either you're gonna shake hands or you're gonna whoop, or I'm gonna whoop the shit out of you. And I'm like, look, bro, I ain't gotta shake shit on shit. But if you wanna go, we can go. You know? But he didn't though. He tried to press me, you know what I'm saying? Trying to fucking make me seem like I wanna act the fuck up. And I'm like, nah, man, fuck all that shit. But after conversating and shit, having that conversation with both these motherfuckers, and now look, man, at the end of the day, shit was misunderstood and misspoken, and my bad. Let's start fucking new. Let's go on one from the moving forward. And we end up shaking hands. But he's still a bitch though. For talking all that shit, all that hype and you getting your ass kicked. Mind you, like I said, I'm 16. This motherfucker's older than I am. And I still whoop the shit out of his ass. And I'm not out here flexing and saying, yo, look, I got guns, I got hands, I got... No, man, I've always been laid back. And I continue to be laid back. So right now, I'm putting all this time right now into this video. And it's just like, yo, I hope it helps. Hear my story. Just a little bit. You be like, damn, motherfucker, you got some stories. I do want to hear comments. I want to see the feedback on all of that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, all of this shit, me doing this project, I'm trying to be a better, me a bigger person. I'm getting help, man. You know, I know I got my homeboy, fucking Skinny Black. Shout out to him. You know, I got people out here like Vic Monster that he's doing shit for the community. Shout out to my cousin Rick Monster. You know what I'm saying? Because they're out there doing big things. Same thing for Marvin Rodas. You know, shout out to that homie, man. He's out there doing big things for himself with his small business and his tire shop. You know, we're all doing big things, man. We're trying to progress and shit in our life. You know what I'm saying? So me doing this is a hey. This is how I'm gonna, wrap it up though. It's been good talking to about that experience, cause there's still more to that shit. Still more to this shit. You know, cause it's the end of the year coming up. The end of the year's coming up. You know, for that time, what's gonna happen? How do they celebrate it out here? I'm about to see some different shit, and it was dope shit. It was a dope experience. You know, I just didn't have the bread to fucking spend it on bullshit like I wanted to. But I was out there celebrating with everybody. But like I said, I'm gonna wrap this shit up with all of that. I do thank everybody for taking a moment to sit back and just listen to what I had to say and hear me out for a little bit. You know, there's more videos. Like I said, this is my first video, second take on my first video. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully it fucking works out. You know, and just take a fucking second to listen. You know what I'm saying? Just a second. It don't take that much, but I do appreciate it though. All in all, with all in my heart, I do appreciate all the support that I do get from everybody. You know what I mean? Because this shit isn't gonna be easy, and like I said, I should be promoting my shit out there more. But I mean, mind you, I gotta take baby steps to this shit, because I don't really know how it works, but I'm gonna get there. You know, and for the last couple of months, it's been working for me. You know, also, I did get my certificate for that. I don't know if whoever kept up with my my little mini series on the world of NDT, but I was able to pass my test, yo. So now the last couple of weeks I've been putting my hours for my training, and who knows, the next couple more months, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'll be getting certified for level 2 uh, metal particle inspector, and it comes with fucking training, yo, and hands on. So it's a different field. I'll get more into that later on with it. But all in all, though, it's been a great talking to you guys and having you like listen to me. Shout out to all my supporters. You know, like I said, I got my fucking homie Ill Will, you know, out in Wisconsin doing his big thing and whatnot. But you know, I got homies. You know, my homeboy Leo White that's out from Brooklyn. You know, shout out to all my homeboys like Church, who's out there from what was it, Baltimore, Connecticut? Fuck, I don't really remember. But he's out here doing big things too. You know, he's doing shit with Fly Jones. You know, they're out there making their music. And like I said, shout out to my homeboy Skinny Rabbit, because he's the one that's helping me make this this little design that I had made for my cover for my show. He's making it more better, and he has. And I just had to reach out to him to get more shit together. But I know I have out there people that have been listening all the way from Texas. You know, that have been longtime friends, and I'm just trying to make it. You know, one story at a time. I'm just trying to make it, and just know that I'm always from the South Side. I'm from Mexico. So last month was Hispanic Heritage Month, and yo, it's great to see that, you know, as of yesterday we have the first female president, um, Mexican, that's, you know, gonna take over this country for the next 6 years. Let's see how it goes for them, you know. But all in all, though, man, like it's been great. It's been a great experience, ups and downs throughout the whole fucking way of this life shit. But all this is all about leveling up. Just continue to go up and up, 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 and that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I wish all well and well. Much love from the heart, um, and I could echarle ganas all day, every day, cause this shit ain't easy. You know what I mean? So like I said, thanks for listening. Oscar wants to know, and I'll be dropping more videos, more interviews. Um, I just gotta rearrange to everybody that's listening, and just trying to get this launch. So, alright, y'all, have a good night. Take it easy.